Hello everyone, this is Jinju Wang. Welcome to this Python for Geospatial Analysis session. In this session, I will share some of my practical engineering hacks for processing geospatial data. Firstly, I will explain why we need this session. Because in the real-world processing, we need some hacks to help us process geospatial data more faster and more efficiently. And the geospatial data has multi-dimensions and sometimes can be very complex. That requires some hacks for memory management, parallelized processing, and most of all, it's very difficult to process multi-dimensional computations. So in this session, I will explain my hacks to solve all those problems. First, let's get to the first session, set up VS Code. We need to download Python and set up a friendly, easy-to-use environment for the future sessions. To download VS Code, we just need to go to Google and search VS Code. And here we hit download. Choose whatever suits your operating system. Here I will download Windows. And then it's downloading through here. After downloading, just click. And we will open this and just hit next all the way till the end. So we will have operating VS Code. Now the VS Code is successfully installed. Let's hit finish. And we can see VS Code is successfully installed. So I have a quick explanation for this interface. This first tab is the Explorer, aka we can manage files from here. This is the search tab. We can search whatever inside all the scripts. Here is a GitHub version control. Well, if you use GitHub, this is very helpful. This is for debug. And here is what we really need to care about. This is extensions. We need to install some extensions for this course. So I will have a screenshot of all these necessary steps and put it there. Let's go back to VS Code. We first need to install two extensions, Python and Jupyter. So in this extension tab, we need to type in Python. And let's search for a moment. Here, this one, the Python from Microsoft, we need to install. Because I'm already installed, it shows uninstall here. Same story for Jupyter. Let's search for Jupyter. And let's search for a moment. After a while, it will show this Jupyter tab. Same story because I've already installed Jupyter, so it should here. Now we need to set up some keyboard shortcuts and settings. The first thing is to enable Jupyter execution and selection. Control-Shift. Let's hold Control-Shift-P and let's type in settings. Now we need to click this Open Settings UI. In the Search Settings tab, let's type in Jupyter Execute Selection. So what I mean is we need to check this box. It says whenever we hit Shift and Enter, the selected Python will send to an Jupyter Interactive window. This is very helpful. That's the first setting. Another setting is still hold Control-Shift-P to pop out this terminal, and let's type in keyboard. And let's hit this one, Open Keyboard Shortcuts. We need to type in Run Selection Line. Run Selection Line in interactive window. So this one. You can see it's already Shift Enter in my VS Code, but I suggest you to change to Shift and Enter in your VS Code. If it is not, you just need to double click. So here you can hold Shift and Enter, that tell VS Code what is the keyboard binding, and then enter. So your keyboard binding will be Shift and Enter. The last, we need to change this execute notebook cell and select below. So let's just type in execute notebook cell and select below. So both of them, the same story. We need to double click and hold Shift Enter first, and then Enter next to tell VS Code the key binding for execute notebook cell and select below is Shift Enter. Okay, that's all the setups. Now we need to install a Python package management app. So the confusion is here. We have already installed Python in VS Code. Why we still need another Python managed package or environment? Well, that is because this Python is just an extension. It's not real Python. We now need to install real Python. So it's there, install Miniforge. I recommend we're using Miniforge because it's open source and free. Same story, we just need to search Miniforge, GitHub, and let's get to the Miniforge GitHub page. Here, we should be able to say how to install in Windows. So download and execute the Windows installer. Like from this link, I'm downloading it. After downloading, we just need to open this install app and install everything. So just agree, next, next, next. Here, please don't be hurry in this step. If you don't know what is Conda, what is Miniforge, my suggestion is to check this one, add Miniforge to my path environment variable. It is not recommended because it could lead to some conflicts, but in most cases, if you don't know about Conda or Miniforge, you probably will not be able to use them. So I suggest to check this box so you can use Conda or Miniforge more easily. So now I will wait this to be finished and continue in a minute. Now I have installed Miniforge successfully. Now let's check the installation. Let's clear out this. To check the installation, we need a terminal prompt. We can move our mouse to this faint line, hold, and drag it out. If your terminal is not command line, I'd suggest you using command line. So you can see this little arrow points down. Here you use this command prompt. I opened too many, so I just shut them down. In order to check if the Miniforge is installed, we just need to type in Conda and enter. If you get some feedbacks like this, that means you have installed successfully. With Conda, we now can set up the virtual environment for Python. So I will copy them in my screen and go back to VS Code. So here, we need to create an environment, and the command is conda create. -n means name. We give it a name GOENV, and we only asking for real Python. Now we will install a real Python with the version 3.11. So let's type in conda create -n name GOENV, and Python is 3.11. This -n means the name of the Python environment. We can give it any name you want, but here I just give it a GOENV. By the time you are using Python, it could be 3.12 or 3.13, 14, but here I'm just using 3.11. Now let's hit enter. Now the Miniforge will start to install the Python for us. A quick explanation of why we're using Python by Conda. rather than just download and install Python. The reason is when we're using Python, we will need a lot of packages. You can think of them as softwares. Conda is a convenient way to manage all those packages. If we download Python by ourselves, there will be many conflicts. Okay, so here the terminal asking us if we want to install Python, we also need to install all those packages to make Python useful. That's what I'm trying to explain here. Even though we only install Python, Conda is smart enough to install the necessary packages for that. Think about if we were install Python by ourselves, we need to manually install all those packages, which is not likely to succeed. Let's hit enter and let's Conda do the job. After a while, it should create the necessary environment and install all the packages. So now looks like it's going well. Let's wait for its success. Now we can see the Conda environment is successfully installed because we can see this message. It told us to activate this environment. We can type in conda activate conda activate GOENV. So now we will inside conda GOENV. How to check this? We can type in conda env list. So now we can see we have two environments. The first environment is base, which comes just naturally after the installation of Miniforge. This GOENV is where we just create. Okay, now we have successfully finished the session 1. In session 1, we have download and installed VS Code, set up the VS Code. We also installed Miniforge, and using Miniforge, we created a Python environment named GOENV. In next session, we will start using this environment and really do something.